What is going on, YouTube? Reidboyy back with another video, and once again we are the first person in the world to unlock the mastery camo in Call of Duty. That is right, after 100 hours straight of streaming, we were the first person in the world to unlock the Abyss camo in Black Ops 6's integration of Warzone. It took a lot of grinding and a lot of plunder. We managed to be the #1 plunder player in the world. Plunder's hands down the most efficient way to get this camo done, and we unlocked this insanely beautiful calling card to go with it. And now I have gathered every single tip and trick and every bit of information I have for you guys to make your Abyss camo grind 10 times easier, so that way it doesn't take you 100 hours of gameplay to get it done. So sit back, relax, take some notes, be ready for the easiest way to get the Abyss camo, the master guide for how to unlock the Abyss camo in Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Warzone. So I have gathered every single tip and trick and bit of information I could possibly come up with to help make your camo grind 10 times easier, so it does not take you 100 hours to get this done. So sit back, relax, get a notepad out, and get ready for all the information that Reidboyy can drop onto you for the ultimate camo guide to unlocking the Abyss camo in Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Warzone. All right, so one thing that I'm going to tell you that I used absolutely the entire grind that made my life 1,000 times easier is this camo tracker spreadsheet, !spreadsheet over my Twitch chat, or I'm going to link this down in the description of this video. Nice and simple, easy for you to use. You just make your own copy of it and you can check off the boxes and keep track of everything you've got going on. Got a nice little progress bar. Shout out to my mod Whiskey for making this. This made my whole life so much easier. It works for more than just Warzone. We also have zombies and multiplayer. Be sure to check that out. Again, that'll be linked in the description for you guys. This made my life so much easier, keeping track of what's what and what's going on and what kind of guns I have progress on and what I need. We are just going to kind of go through this and just left to right answer a bunch of questions and give you all the tips and tricks that I have for the easiest way to get all this done. Including, I'm going to point out some of the harder challenges and the easiest ways to get them done. I'm going to skip over some of the easier stuff that doesn't take too much effort. We're just going to start from the left here. Every single gun, all the weapons take 100 eliminations with the exceptions of the melees and the launchers. Anybody that doesn't know how to get the Abyss camo works similar to all the other camo grinds. The launchers, you only need 40 eliminations. The melee, you only need 50. With the DLC guns being added in, there's now the power drill. By the time you're watching this, the Siren might be in the game. They might have added new guns. There's also the Krig and the SOG. So for every new DLC gun, you can skip another gun. So because the Krig and SOG were added in the Season 1, I was able to skip two weapons. After looking at all these challenges, I decided to absolutely skip the melee weapon. I did not want to. This big challenge right here. Baseball bat, kill 5 enemies, wander an enemy UAV. I didn't want to use the baseball bat in general. But the 5 enemies under an enemy UAV was going to be a nightmare that I did not want to partake in. So we skipped the melee weapons. You can choose and skip whatever you want. If you don't want to do launchers, you know, by the time you're watching this, if there are 3 guns added, you can skip all the snipers. Although I will say the bolt actions were pretty fun and easy to use, so I wouldn't. If there's a gun category you don't like, I would not skip one of the bigger categories. But you can skip some of the harder stuff. Again, I skipped the melees. The launchers were kind of really annoying and boring to use as well. So choose whatever you want. One thing I will point out, for anything that was hard to get eliminations with, we're going to have some clips in this, hopefully. Hopefully Sleeper will edit some clips in to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. For some of the guns that are harder to use, I'm talking the bad guns. The ASG shotgun was really bad. The SVD sniper rifle, the Tarkov marksman rifle, the launchers. Getting kills in Warzone, even in Plunder, with all those was an absolute nightmare. So what you can do, the absolute easiest way to get this done, you know, you want to rock overkill or whatever, you want to have a good gun. Have a good gun on your class, and then the bad gun that you want to get the free kills with. You want to go and down somebody in Plunder, or in whatever you're playing, down them, then run up to them and double tap your melee button when behind them while they're down to take them as a body shield. What you're going to do then is you're going to press, I think it's your tactical grenade button, it's X for me, whatever button you press to release them. You're going to release them, they're going to be up, they're not going to have any armor, they're going to be a much freer and easier kill. So I did that a ton throughout the entire grind, especially with the SVD. SVD is hands down the worst gun in the game. I did that to get myself a ton of free and easy kills rather than running around with this sniper rifle that shoots 1 bullet a second and somehow takes 4 bullets to kill. Rather than just losing every single gunfight with that, every single gun in the game kills faster than that. I would just take any free kills I can get. Another thing that I would do in Plunder, there are a lot of AFKs. Apparently, I've never played Plunder before this, really, so I didn't know this was a thing, but apparently there is a ton of AFK people in Plunder. So if you just go to the end of the plane, there's also going to be a lot of people trying to kill the AFKs. So if you can just kind of pick and choose, get some free kills there, those will eventually add up throughout the entire grind where, you know, you have to get 3,000 plus kills in Warzone. Those bits and pieces of kills with the free guns, with the easier guns, will make your life a lot easier. Another thing you can do is hover around the AFK drop wherever you see the plane kicking people off. The AFKs will die there, and then they're still going to spawn somewhere in that general area of the map. So if you can run around, get some money, get a UAV or an advanced UAV especially, pop that and identify those people on the minimap near the AFK part of the map where they're just not moving, or bonus points if you have an advanced UAV and you just find them spinning in a circle, because again, apparently that's something that people do. They rubber band their controller for free battle pass XP and just let it AFK and plunder. Blows my mind, but you guys get your battle pass. It doesn't bother me at all. I'll take my free kills. We're all helping each other here. So find those free triangles spinning when you have an advanced UAV and just go take advantage of them. Get as many of those done as possible. That is not only going to help you out with free kills on the bad guns, but later on we'll cover that and some more tips as well. But yes, again, the body shield tactic. The body shield tactic is hands down the easiest way to get any type of free kills with any gun that is not good. A lot of people have asked me what are some of the worser guns? What are some of the worser guns? The Tanto SMG is not good. Tanto SMG is very rough in Warzone. The GPMG is hands down the worst AR. The Tarkov marksman rifle is the second worst gun in the game. Both burst marksman rifles are not very good. They're pretty bad. DM10, one of the best guns in the game though, so that's why I wouldn't skip the marksman rifle category. The DM10 was a lot of fun to use. SVD is the worst gun in the game. None of the pistols were too bad. ASG shotgun is awful. I love that. I'm so glad the semi-auto shotgun sucks. It was really annoying to use. Both launchers are terrible. Both launchers are ass, and then I did not like either of the melee weapons. Did not like using those, so I didn't want to use them. But that's it. That's for the military 100 eliminations, just playing Plunder and just going to get a lot of kills. People ask me where the hot drops are. So again, I said the AFK drop. The AFK drop is a key part that a lot of people are going to drop at every game. And then besides that, kind of this like triangle shape. This kind of triangle is where a large amount of action. This Old Town POI, for some reason, I have no idea why, this random like house right here. This random house in Old Town is the Plunder house. That is the hot drop that you can almost guarantee to find people at every single game. It's kind of because it's just like the center point of the map. I think Old Town is like the equivalent of Storage Town back in Verdansk. Nowhere near as good. Definitely not as good to fight in at all compared to Verdansk. Definitely not as active. But that is this game's version of Storage Town. So if you're looking for a hot drop, high action area, generally Old Town is a good place to go. And again, a lot of people kind of like leak down south into this general area. You can pretty much always find people here. A good part of it also depends on where the plane flight is. I've had some flights where the plane just goes south. Nobody's going to be on the north side of the map during something like that. Polar opposite. If it only goes, you know, on the west side of the map, nobody's going to really be over here. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, in general, you can never go wrong with sitting around here. I also like to try and stay near balloons. Try to stay near balloons and chase down those red circles, those red like high value targets that were carrying a lot of money. I would go and hunt those down because other people were also seeing those red circles and were also doing that. So that tended to be multiple teams in one area. I would just balloon back and forth to that, get as many kills as possible. And then, of course, if you're better at the game, having a 4 KD in Plunder kind of helps out getting a lot more kills and spending a lot less time dying. One other key point about Plunder 2 that helps, I actually don't know if this is completely true anymore, but when you play solo, you don't have a respawn timer. When you play with a team, you do. So that's just another key point. I did a majority of this grind solo. After the first like couple hours, I just turned squad fill off. I went in and played solo. That way I didn't have to sit there and spectate my teammates 15 seconds every single time I died, because by the end of the grind, that would add up and we didn't want to do that. So I just played the whole thing solo. Obviously, if you want to play with friends and you aren't really worried about optimized efficiency, then that doesn't matter. That's another key point that we wanted to make there. Anyways, on to, so we've got our military 100 eliminations. We got that with every single gun in the game. In this game, this is not like zombies or multiplayer, like you can just go through and do all the eliminations if you want. You can go and do all the golds and then do all the King's Ransom. That's completely fine. You don't have to, you know, you shouldn't necessarily, it's not like better to do gold tigers and then King Ransom right away. Gold tigers and the King Ransom. You can just do whatever order you want. It doesn't matter. On to the special challenges. Right away, we're starting off hot. The very first gun that I got gold, the first person in the world with the gold XM4, baby. 5 kills while under an enemy UAV. That challenge alone took me about 2 hours and about 100 kills. So, how it works. This is probably the hardest challenge that you're going to have to go for. 5 kills while under an enemy UAV. You only have to do it for a few guns, thankfully, and the guns aren't too bad, besides the baseball bat. The what you need to do is you need to kill the person that called in the UAV. That is what I found to be the most effective way to get this done. Either the team of the person who called in the UAV or the individual who called in it. You can't control that. There is nothing you can do to make that happen. That was an absolute nightmare of a challenge to get done. It took forever. You could just run around killing people and eventually you're going to get it done eventually. But it's just no matter what, this challenge should not be anywhere near as hard as it should be. Hopefully they change it by the time you're watching this. Hopefully this video is, you know, old and they've changed it to where anytime a UAV is in the sky. But as of right now, you need to kill the person that, or kill the team who called in the UAV. One way that I found to make this slightly easier, the only way that I found to make this easier was, again, I was playing Plunder. You drop in with the Battle Ready wildcard on your class. This is a later unlock if you're a lower level. Drop in the Battle Ready, you spawn in every single life with a UAV. Now, what I tried at first was I would just spawn in with a UAV, go and die on something. Fortunately, with the way Plunder spawns work in this game, you spawn 500 meters away half the time. So by the time you made it to them, the UAV was gone. It was kind of pointless. So I tried doing, and this was not easy. This was not an easy task. This was still a struggle, but this is what I found to be the easiest way to get it done, was you drop in on somebody and you just sneak. You just sneak and you just drop the UAV somewhere where they can't miss it. And this was so much harder than it should have been. But drop the UAV somewhere where they can't miss it. Let them call it in, watch it, stare at the UAV, wait for them to pick it up and call it in and then kill them. This did work. This did work a couple times, but I found to be the easiest, most efficient way to get this done as fast as possible. Bonus points, you would try this on a buy station. There's several different ways you can get this done. I took advantage of proc chat. I tried to pretend I was on somebody's team while calling out. We got a couple different clips of this that should be rolling in the video that you guys could check out. Yeah, that was what I found to be the best way. So just try and coax them into calling in the UAV and then just instantly killing them. 10 kills while moving is pretty self-explanatory. Double kills, that is, if you're struggling with that, that is really easy to do at the AFK drop. I would take advantage of that. 5 kills while the most wanted target. Now, this is a duplicate. This does happen on a couple guns. On the AK, you have to get 5 kills while the most wanted, and then when you go for gold, you need 5 more kills while the most wanted. But then you scroll down to something like the C9. 5 kills while the most wanted. Solid. Okay. Then you have something like the C9, where you need to get 5 kills on a most wanted target. That means you have to hunt down 5 crowns and be the person who kills them. That is not that easy, although I will say it is way easier in Plunder than any other mode. If this is just the challenge you are hard focused on, and you notice that you're decently into the game and just no more crowns are popping up, just back out, throw yourself into another game, don't waste time. Contracts do take a while to respawn, and after a certain amount of time, people aren't really grabbing the crowns anymore. They tend to grab those a lot at the start of the game. As more people are getting into their camo grind, though, and kills while the most wanted is something people are going for more often, that challenge will be a lot easier. Right now, when I started doing it, I was really only just killing people who were playing Plunder to play Plunder, because nobody had gold tiger challenges to go for yet. That one won't be too hard. What's another one? Long shot kills, those should not be too hard in Warzone. They're around 40 meters, I believe, with the ARs. 5 times, get 3 kills in a single match. That does stack. You can get all 15 of those kills in one game. That one is super easy. What was a hard challenge? The Goblin. The Goblin, 5 kills after sliding. By the time you're watching this, this might be fixed. This may be a fixed challenge, but the way that I had to get it done was 5 kills while sliding. The way so many people have asked how to get kills shortly after sliding and why it's not counting. For some reason, you don't have to get the kills after sliding. You have to get them while sliding. We've learned that the only thing that matters is downing them. You can take however long you want to finish them. As long, you don't even have to finish them with the same gun. You can finish them with the melee, with equipment. Somebody else can finish them. As long as they die, does not matter how you finish them. All that matters is how you knock them down. And what I found to be the easiest was to use one gun, break their armor, and then try and slide to down them. Try and hit a long slide as long as I could and down them while sliding. That's the easiest way to get that done. That'll make that challenge way easier as long as you know what to go for. Again, by the time you're watching this, they may have fixed that. 5 kills on an enemy impaired by your tactical equipment. Now, you'll notice that is going to be all of your catalyst challenge, so we'll get to that in a second in more detail. But what I found to be the easiest for this one is stun grenades. We're going to cover that when we get to the catalyst. As you can see, that is the entire catalyst section. That is a challenge for every single gun. We will cover that. Anything else here that's pretty difficult or takes your attention to do? Point blanks. Point blank kills. You thought they were hard in multiplayer with 100 health? Have fun in Warzone with 300 health. Yeah, they're a lot harder. Again, what I found the absolute easiest way to get this done, and makes your life so much easier, just go and down the guy normally, down them normally, pick them up, body shield them, take them to a corner. Take them to a corner or to a wall or something where they can't run away, and release them while they're stuck in the corner. Boom, down them again. Again, all that matters is how you down them. If you down them point blank and then walk away, you'll still get the point blank medal. That's the key thing you're looking for. Going back to the sliding kills, with the sliding kills, what you're looking for to pop up is the low blow medal. Medals matter. The medals matter. They'll pop up after you full kill the guy. The low blow medal for sliding kills, point blank medal. Obviously, you want the point blank to pop up. The point blanks. And again, body shield them, release them, get as close to them as possible, re-knock them. Boom, your point blanks just got 10 times easier. Yeah, you might not find that the point blanks are too difficult for something like the compact. You might not think that you need that tip, but then when you get to the gun like the SWAT marksman rifle, good luck getting those point blank kills normally. That will be an absolute nightmare. So yeah, definitely take advantage of the body shield mechanic as long as they haven't fixed it, as long as it's intended to be like that. You will notice in the Frostline Sniper, you have to get 5 kills at extreme range. At extreme range on the Frostline is 100 plus meters. In Warzone, that's not too hard, especially in Plunder 2, where people are respawning in the air all the time with only 2 plates. That'll be pretty easy. You can get some one-shot kills out of people in the sky. And just five long-distance kills. Enjoy playing, Battlefield Simulator. The SVD, 2 kills while prone in 20 seconds. And honestly, just 5 kills shortly after weapon swapping too. Go to the AFKs. Go find some AFKs is going to be the easiest way to get this done. That one was not an easy challenge. The one thing you could try doing is combining the body shield mechanic, which is still gonna be a hard challenge to do. But if you can go and run around with an SMG, knock a guy, if you knock the guy, body shield him, drop shot him with the SVD, and then try and do that again within 20 seconds, you could try that. Again, you could either do that or go to the AFKs. Either one of those works. That was not an easy challenge to do. That gun sucks. It is very, very rough to go for, so I wish you good luck on that one. A lot of people pointed out that it's going to be hard with both the GS45 and with a shotgun to kills against. So the wording on this challenge is a little difficult and it confuses people. 5 kills against an enemy that damaged you with the GS45. 5 kills against an enemy that damaged you with the ASG shotgun. The way that's worded makes it sound like you have to get shot by somebody using the shotgun or the GS45. That is not the case. You just need somebody to shoot you and for you to kill them. You need to kill somebody that injured you while using the gun that you're trying to get challenges for. It's way easier than the challenge makes it sound, so don't worry too much about that one. Then we're on to the launchers again. I did not do the melees. I chose to do the launchers because I thought they were easier. They both suck. Both categories suck, so I can't even really give you a solid recommendation on which one to do. If you enjoy running around with melee weapons, go for those by all means. I did not want to do those. Do not like running around with melee weapons. So I chose to do the launchers. Destroy 5 vehicles being driven by an enemy. Again, another challenge where unfortunately you need the enemy to do something in order for you to get the challenge done, which makes life way harder. Makes life way harder than it needs to be because it's really hard to do this without boosting, without getting a friend to join your lobby and do something for you, like sit in a vehicle and not get out of it. I would never condone doing something like that, as that is boosting and that is wrong. So do not, again, I say do not have a friend join into the same Plunder lobby as you and he sits in the vehicle and then you blow it up, because that is wrong. Anyways, what I did though, because I would never do such a thing, With the Sigma was a lot harder. The Sigma, the only thing that you can destroy with a shot without the vehicle being disabled first and giving the bad guy a 10-second window to jump out of it, because they have to be in the vehicle. It has to be a red vehicle essentially when it blows up. The only vehicle that works for is the motorcycle. Not very many people use a motorcycle, so I wish you good luck with this challenge. This is going to be a little bit of a difficult one. I did have to try. I did have to try very hard to get this done. Let's see if we can roll the clip of me trying to bait the guy onto the motorcycle to chase me. This one was a nightmare to get done, but it was only 5. It was only 5, which is kind of the silver lining in all this. Of all these hard challenges, you only have to do them 5 times. It really isn't all that terrible. The HE1 was significantly easier. The HE1, what I did was with helicopters, I would land on a helicopter at the start of the game. Again, it would take more than one launcher to destroy a rocket, to destroy a helicopter. So I would take a Semtex, I would stick the helicopter, and what that made it took about 25% of the health. Now the helicopter blows up instantly in one shot. So I would go and take that helicopter to somewhere desirable on the map, somewhere where somebody would want to take it. You could park it next to a buy, park it next to a contract, park it next to a cash drop that drops. That's exactly what I did, where I just set it next to a cash drop and just sat there and waited. Boom, eventually somebody got it in. Boom, one shot, bam, done. That was the easiest way to get that done, to get bad guys to get in vehicles. 2 kills on an airborne target. So when I did this challenge, when I got the kills on the airborne targets, they actually counted the redeploy drones as something that you can shoot out. You can test that yourself and see if that still counts or not. I was told it didn't. People told me that doesn't count for them anymore. What I would just do is, if you can find counter UAVs, just anything in the sky, that you can lock onto and shoot out, go right ahead. That shouldn't be too hard. Okay, so we now have every single basic challenge done. We are just on to the easy copy paste challenges, the Gold, King's Ransom, Catalyst, and Abyss camos. So for Gold Tiger, every gun is the same except for the launchers. Get 5 kills while most wanted. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. Go land, grab a crown, kill as many people as you can. Pretty, very, very simple. I don't think that one needs too much of an explanation to it. With the 3 destructions, what I found to be the easiest way, first off, if you could throw the perk on your class. Yeah, you could throw the bomb squad perk on your class. That makes your life a lot easier. You can see streaks through walls. You can identify where they are significantly easier. That's really the only tip. I just landed from the start of the game. I would land on a helicopter and just fly around waiting for counter UAVs to pop. That was pretty much the easiest, simplest way to get that done. If you did notice that you got shot by a SAM turret, try and figure out where that is and go land on that. Other than that, that one was pretty simple. That one didn't take too much effort. You just needed the counter UAVs to destroy. Then on to the King's Ransom challenges. Those are also pretty straightforward. 3 kills without dying 5 times. That is something that you can just get done naturally with most guns just by playing the game. You don't really have to try too hard. Those aren't too difficult. 3 kills in a single match with the launchers. That is also not really that difficult. One thing I want to point out with the launchers that I should have said at the start of the video, meleeing counts. So you do not have to get your kills with the launcher by shooting. You can melee with your gun, and that applies to any gun. If you melee with your gun, it counts as a kill with that gun. That is the super cheese, easy mode way to get the launcher done. That's what I did for a lot of the kills, rather than trying to shoot people with the pillow launchers that those are, where they don't one-shot ever. I would just beat that ass, and it made my life a lot easier. So again, 6 kills total, 3 kills in 2 different games is not very hard at all. Then we're on to the Catalyst camo. That was its own nightmare. I pray for everybody who still has to get this challenge done, which is pretty much everybody in the world. 5 kills with enemies affected by your tactical, your stun, your flash, or your shock stick. Those are your 3 tactical equipments you can use. One thing I will point out right away that made life way, 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 way easier is I would spawn in with the battle ready wildcard if you have that available. Utility box, that's 2 extra tactical grenades. Also, if you can get scavenger on your class, where you resupply equipment by running over dead enemies, that's an extra piece of equipment every single time. And then also quartermaster, where every couple seconds, every minute basically, you get a piece of equipment back. Combine all those, you're going to have a lot more equipment. That's going to make your life way, 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 way easier getting this challenge done. You're going to have to blow yourself up a lot less. But yeah, this challenge was rough. This one took a long time. I will say what I did find to be the easiest way to get this done was to go to the AFKs and spend a lot of time hunting for AFKs. Spend a lot of time just chasing down spinning triangles when I pop an advanced UAV, or figuring out, you know, who's not moving when I pop a regular UAV. That made life way easier and way more consistent. I have tested, I'm gonna look you straight in the face when I tell you this. I have tested so many different things and so many different variables, and there is no logic to it at all. Sometimes it just doesn't count. Sometimes you do everything picture perfect. You stun a guy, you down him, you full him instantly. He's all stunned during all that. It just doesn't count. Fortunately, this is a pretty buggy challenge that does not track 100% of the time. And, you know, I had to get 5 stuns with every single gun, 150 stuns throughout. I probably got 300 stun kills throughout this entire grind to get some of them to count. It was a nightmare, but I have learned some tips and tricks. I do have some tips for you to make this challenge way easier. This is, again, one of the more tricky parts of the grind. So what we learned for going for this catalyst challenge, so you got either stuns, flashes, or shock stick. Flashbangs. A lot of people are like, why don't you use flashbangs? They last longer. They only last longer if they land in front of the guy. If they land in front of them, they last for like 3, 4, 5 seconds. Your screen is completely white. If they land behind them, it lasts for like 0.2 seconds. Not good. Not ideal at all. Too inconsistent for me, so I cut out flashbangs. Was not using those. Shock sticks. I feel like the area of effect of a shock stick was pretty small compared to a stun grenade, and also there was like a noticeable delay. You threw the shock stick down, you threw it right on his fucking toes if it didn't stick him, and he had time to run away to where the shock stick wouldn't affect him anymore. So I didn't really like the shock sticks. They're not bad though. They're not bad. I know Shaded was using the shock sticks when he got his done. One thing you can do with those is you can throw them on the ground and bait people into running into them. That could definitely help make that way easier. Again, you can like leave a shock stick on the ground as long as it's sitting there unactivated, unshot. It won't go off until somebody steps on it. That is definitely a way to make that one very easy. I just wanted to be aggressive and just run at people and stun them. So stuns was hands down the most effective way to get that done. One thing I will point out is all that matters, again, all we've learned, all that matters is that you need to down them while they're stunned. It does not matter how you full them, how long it takes. You can take as long as you want to finish them. You don't have to be the one to finish them. They just need to bleed out. They need to not revive or self-revive. You can finish them with a melee weapon, with the equipment. I was using a lot of throwing knives, and you can take as long as you want. Another key point to look for. What you're looking for is every time you down somebody after stunning them, you needed to say finished stunned enemy for it to count. Right as you down them, not before you full kill them, or not after you full kill them. When you down them, you need to say finished stunned enemy on your screen, and the little score pop-up that happens. That's how you know it counts. That's how you know you can full kill them. If you don't see that message pop up, what I did a lot, what made my life way easier, was I would body shield them. Pick them up, release them, stun them again, and this was way, way, way easier to do with AFKs who aren't going to run away or aren't going to fight back. You could pick them up, release them so they're back on their feet, stun them, and try again. This essentially gave you 2 chances every single time you wanted to. That one didn't count. You can keep on going. You can keep on trying as much as you want until eventually it says finished concussed enemy or shocked or flashed enemy, depending on what equipment you're using. And then you can full kill them. One thing I noticed was if I downed them too fast, if the stun goes off and the second the stun goes off I shot, that would cause it to not count a lot. So I kind of waited a split second after the stun grenade went off, and that seemed to help things count a little bit more consistently. Yeah, that will make your life way easier is if you follow those tricks. And I did find that it was way more consistent when I was trying to kill people that weren't shooting back. Don't really, obviously it's going to be really easy to, you know, fight those people. But I found like a lot of the time when I was trying to fight somebody who was actually shooting back and moving around and running away, that the challenge would just count a lot less. So it was really annoying. Unfortunately, hopefully it's fixed by the time you were watching this video and by the time you're going for this challenge, but it was really, really buggy and a lot of it was not tracking for me. There would be a lot of times when I stunned somebody, down them, it didn't say finished concussed enemy, they died, they bled out, and then the next guy that I shot I wouldn't even throw a stun, but I would down him and it would say finished concussed enemy. Unfortunately, there's some kind of bug with the tracking on that makes it very inconsistent, but you use those tips I just gave you, it's going to make your life a lot easier. Not easy, but a lot easier. And then the 5 kills without dying for the Abyss challenge on every single gun. Pretty simple, 5 kills in a single match. 5 destructions, score streaks or vehicles with the launchers for the Catalyst camo. Same concept as the King's Ransom, just fly around looking for counter UAVs, SAM turrets, sentry guns, any of that with Battle Hardened will make your life a lot easier. Other than that, that is all the notes that I have for the entire Abyss camo grind. I think that's everything that there is. If you do have any questions, if there's something that was not answered, please let me know down in the comments. I will absolutely answer your question. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. Hopefully there's a video that stays relevant for a long time. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Don't forget to like the video if you feel like any of these tips are beneficial or helped out at all. Again, don't forget to check out this camo spreadsheet that we are going to be dropping in the description as well. Other than that, thank you guys for watching and good luck on your camo grinds. Feel free to tag me in any social media platforms whenever you get your camo done. I love seeing everybody's progress, and I love seeing people join the Mastery Camo Club that I'm already in. So other than that, you guys have yourselves a blessed one. Reidboyy out.